You sexy people, how are you doing? This is my review for another one of my masters, the Ridley Scott himself, and Black Rain. Now it's a bit of a funny video, this one, because if you ever saw just before Christmas time, I'd done a review on The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'd done this one, or I'm doing this one straight after. Now the reason why I've only just aired this one now is because I've had quite a lot going on with the channel, entering competitions and stuff like that, and my own competition on view, so I didn't want to sort of get them knocked right out of view, so which is why I'm actually airing this one now. Now this is Black Rain. This is an awesome movie. Now for some reason, I mean, this was made in 87 or 88, the time of Arnie and Predator. And what happened with this one, basically it slipped the net for me. I wasn't massive into movies back then, and I was quite young at the time, and for 5 years I never heard or watched this film. And then it appeared on TV one day and I thought, oh, Black Rain, what's that about? Let's just put it on. And I watched it and I thought, wow, by the end of it, it was so good. Now bear in mind, this is the time VHSs were out, VHS tapes. Wow, that shows how old I am. I went out the next day and I bought it on VHS, and it was cheap. It was like bargain price, and I thought, bargain. Then it came out on DVD, I bought it on DVD, and now it's come out on Blu-ray and it's come out on Steelbook. Now I'm really surprised. I had a look, because I like to look at people's Steelbooks online before I go out and purchase them, if they're not brand new ones from the UK. And no one's reviewed this yet. I'm really surprised. It's a really nice looking Steelbook. And again, it's one of my, it's just outside my top 10 of great movies. Ridley Scott does know how to do them, and this is one of them. This is the story of Nick Cochran, Michael Douglas, as you see there, and his partner Charlie, played by Andy Garcia. And they're after a drug lord who's counterfeiting notes via 2 panels in Japan. So they go off to Japan to try and track him. He's part of the Yakuza called Sato, and he's incredibly dangerous. And he's got a big group of men, and it's up to them to play the cat and mouse game. They befriend another cop, a Japanese cop who's a bit more straight-laced, but always in his whole lifetime he's wanted to be like Nick Cochran, this character here. So he sort of gets a little bit swayed by Nick Cochran, the way he is, and admires him, and the three of them become a great team in terms of trying to chase this deadly Sato down. Now unfortunately one of the three, obviously it's not Michael Douglas, does die, and that concludes a more fitting rest of the story in terms of vengeance, in terms of getting Sato. Now Nick Cochran is one of the coolest characters I've ever seen in a movie, by the way. He uses words like, I usually get kissed before I get effed. You know, and if you're going to pull it, you better use it. He's got such great lines. He is the coolest cop I've ever seen in a movie. He's that good. But anyway, that's me trying to squash a short sort of intro to this Steelbook itself. I could go on and do a 15-minute film review on it instead, but at the moment I'm still doing Steelbook ones instead of film. I don't know, but I'd be better doing film reviews rather than showing Steelbooks. Maybe you could let me know. Okay, right, well, if we zoom in, this is a really nice Steelbook, by the way. For some reason the banner at the top is small this time. It's a lot skinnier than all the others. Oh, and by the way, this is a German version. It did come with a big 16 down there, but it was a sticker. This is a matte finish, and it's a metallic matte finish. So if you look to the right and so forth, I don't know if you can see it, but the light reflects the metallic background lights of Japan's neon sort of signs, and it looks really, really nice. And then you've got Nick Cochran with his jacket on right in the middle on his motorbike. Really, really nice. There's 3 characters. Ken Takura, I've forgotten his character's name in the movie. Kate Capshaw is also in this as well. She is the blonde lady in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, or Steven Spielberg's wife, you can call her. And obviously a young Andy Garcia is in this movie too. Really nice font with the Black Rain. It does have a meaning in it in the film. Black rain doesn't mean rain that's black. It's about the Americans coming over and they're ruining the country with the drug trafficking. So if we turn it over and we have a look at the other side, unfortunately it's not too good. It's just got a little bit of artwork in the middle, clips from the movies. It's Michael Douglas. As the bicycle, it's got a great bicycle chase in this film at the end as well on the fields. Really, really good. Andy Garcia, there is the partner, I mentioned. And there's Cape Capsule there too, looking very nice. Now, it's all in German again. Do you want me to do my German? I do this every time I get a German movie. I try and do a little bit of German and fail really miserably. Oscar Guerrina, Michael Douglas, Burgess, Alec Nick Cochran, in Carlotta Copworth, New York, de Aina Kostensaven. Forget it. I'll give up the game. One day I'll get one right because it'll be quite easy for me to read. It has very few special features in this movie, unfortunately, which I believe is just a trailer. And you've got a commentary by Ridley Scott. I didn't know that. Now, the DVD didn't have that, so wow, really? It's got commentary by... I've got to have a look at that because I can tell you now, Ridley Scott does great commentaries. I listened to his commentary on Gladiator. I listened to it on Hannibal and Kingdom of Heaven, and it was absolutely brilliant. Yes, I know, I love Ridley Scott. I can't help it. The guy's a god. He keeps doing great movie after great movie. He only had one naff one in the middle called White Squall, and that's it. Everything else has been way above average to absolutely awesome gold sort of... sitting on top of the throne sort of quality, and this Black Rain film is one of them as well. Now, to the side you've got the same font as on the top, which is quite nice because you see the sort of the worn away Black Rain font with the red stripping along it. That looks really nice. Collector's edition, Blu-ray there, and I don't like these. I don't like little pictures actually on the binders. It's got one there. That's the only bit that puts me off a little bit. But there you go. I was going to show you some inside artwork, but it doesn't have any, I'm afraid. It's a naked steel, so that's a little disappointing. But this didn't cost me a lot, guys. It's only about £20, and you know, it's not that easy to get hold of either. I'm still surprised no one's actually got it, put it on a YouTube. I mean, has anyone seen Black Rain already? You know, it's not a film that gets talked about much, but it's absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love this film. I love the characters. It's got great action. It's got really good soundtrack when it's needed. It's set in Japan, which is really nice. The bad guy Sato is a really nasty bit of work, even though you don't hear him use English. You don't need to, because his acting on his facial expressions says it all. And there's also other bad Yakuzas that you notice in it who get their own back as well. So overall, you know, I could keep talking about this movie because it's so good. Right, here's a menu screen up. That's quite nice. It's got clips of the movie, and it's got Black Rain running across it, and it has some Chinese writing coming down the left hand side in red, as you saw there. Now, you haven't got to see Sato yet. I keep talking about him, but you haven't got a chance to view him yet. So I wonder if he'll pop up on the screen in a minute. Let's zoom in, and then I can show you. It's also got a tune, and it's got a great soundtrack song right at the end titles. And it's got a really satisfying ending to this film, guys. You know, some films, like horror films and that, they end a little bit unhappy. For example, Eden Lake. But this one ends with a really satisfying ending. It makes you feel really, really good. And, you know, it's worth it just for that. I think you saw Sato, there he is there. There's a quick clip of him. Never seen him in anything else. This is the only movie I ever saw him in. Let's pick a scene selection out then, shall we? Now, I have a feeling the quality's not going to be so great. It wasn't on DVD, so it probably won't be on Blu-ray either. But for the fact that I love this film so much, and it's available on Steelbook, you know, I'm going to forgive it, because this is really a good movie which is underrated and a lot of people haven't seen it. Actually, the quality is, yeah, I thought it would be quite poor considering the DVD looked like it was a copy off of the VHS, but this one looks like they've done something to it, and the quality is much better actually. Let me skip that scene. That wasn't quite what I wanted to go and switch a scene onto straight away with a gunfight, so I apologise for that. And the one with the dead body on a photograph. Oh dear, I'm not doing too well here, am I? But the quality looks really good. It's not too bad at all. The colours there. There's actually quite a good sharpness in Michael Douglas's face also. There's Sato sitting in the middle there. They did capture him at the beginning in America. He escapes once they arrive at Japan, straight on the airport. That's when it all kicks off and things become really good. And there's Andy Garcia, young Andy Garcia that back then, but most of these films, most people know he was young. Untouchables, a young chap in that too. Really good actor as well. Obviously you've seen him in Oceans 11 and 12 and 13 now. I didn't see Ocean's 13, so I don't know if he was in that or not. But overall, there you go. A worthy purchase. If you see this sitting on the shelf and it's going on the cheap on Blu-ray or DVD, remember this video, guys. I won't screw with you. It's an absolutely brilliant movie. Absolutely love this movie. If you're a guy and you love a bit of action, you like some great characters set in a different world with sort of chases, motorbike chases, shootouts, mystery, suspense, you know, this has got everything. It's absolutely brilliant. I cannot give or say enough about how good a movie, a 10 out of 10 movie this is. And as I said, I could sit down and do a 15-minute film review on this from start to end, because it's got so many highs for itself. So keep this one in mind if you want to do you know, one of your DVD or Blu-ray video pickups and you go out for a weekend. They got lots of ones on the cheap, and if you see this one, get it. I shit you not, it is that good. Anyway, okay, that's enough of that. I've praised the movie more than I've talked about the Steelbook, and for once I've not been stupid in a video. I've actually been quite serious. I did say that in my Nightmare Before Christmas trailer. Look at the difference between that one and this one, how serious I am, because I love this movie so much. This is why, because it's so good quality, and it's a lovely looking Steelbook, guys, too. Got it off of eBay. I don't know if you can get it off the Amazon.gr site. Worth a try. I'm sure it won't be too expensive. It wasn't that expensive on eBay. I thoroughly recommend it, 10 out of 10. Okay then, love to hear your comments. Love to know if you've seen it or not and what you thought of it if you have. But remember, it's a Ridley Scott film. Don't mess with the Ridley. Oh yeah. Okay then guys, you all take care, and I'll hear from you all soon.